Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Wayne Williams here, Executive Director of CWWA. Want to thank everyone for coming this afternoon. A few of you heard from me just now. Welcome to our closing session, the close of the technical sessions. It being a soft close, we wanted to do a couple of things this afternoon so that for all those that were with us all week, we wanted to, of course, give our thanks for participation. Our participation was excellent. We want to, today we're going to go through the awarding of the best prize, the Ivan Rodriguez Award for the best booth. The polls have been done, the polls have been closed, and we do have a winner. We will also hear from the new president of the CWWA, Mr. Arjay Gavaya. We will see a little bit on our next destination, and we will eventually get into our sip and chat, the hanging out, liming, all those other local Caribbean words for getting together and networking later on. And so without further ado, I will say some more through as we go out, but let's get into our program for today. Thank you.
Ladies
All right, welcome back. So great. So we got our results. We just got our results in, and the winner of the best booth award, which was interesting. As the week was going along and people were voting, the different names were showing up. We were keeping an eye on it, just to make sure that it was active, and somebody nipped the number one at the post, and the winner is Sherwin Williams. Sherwin Williams for the best booth award. Sherwin Williams came from behind and pipped the former front runner who was running reasonably strong all week. So we want to congratulate Sherwin Williams, a new attendee at a new exhibitor at our conference. He approached us earlier this year when he found out that we are associated with water tanks and wastewater tanks. He said, hey, wait, I have coatings for that. I want to become involved. And so he did what he needed to do and became an exhibitor. And look at that. First year, he walked away with the Best Booth Award. So congratulations, Sherwin Williams. The award, actually, he's locally in Trinidad, so we will get his award to him. We want to thank all the exhibitors for their confidence in us. I mean, when we go in virtual, of course, there's always some level of trepidation as to whether or not it would be worth their investment as becoming an exhibitor. Well, I will just say that not only you probably would have been reasonably pleased this week, but don't forget that the OVA app and our conference app will be up for the next few months and rolling into next year. So you will continue to get exposure on your investment, and we will also work on different ways in our appreciation for your confidence in us in these tough times. We will work and look at different ways for maximizing your investment. So coming up next, we have a message from our brand new president, Ms. Sarah Jade Govaya. So let's roll them.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we pull the curtains down on our very first virtual conference and exhibition, the CWWA extends to you our warmest thanks for your participation in helping to make this event a success. Stay tuned as we welcome our incoming president and look ahead to Conference 2021.
Good afternoon to members of the CWWA, conference sponsors and partners, conference exhibitors, and conference participants. Now that we have completed the first week of our three-part conference, I want to congratulate the conference planning team, including the Secretariat and the members of the Executive Council, for successfully executing what I consider to be the first truly regional CWWA conference. For years, the CWWA has always had a vision of a conference that can meet all regional participants wherever they are. And some of the ideas that I've heard behind this include a cruise that roves around the Caribbean Sea. Of course, by no means we are on a cruise ship, but because of the disruption of COVID-19, the CWWA has just executed an event that has an extended reach throughout the Caribbean and the world. Throughout this week, you would have been fully apprised of how public and private entities operating in the water, wastewater, and solid waste business have been persevering through this uncertain climate. And when we refer to an uncertain climate, it doesn't just include the phenomenon of climate change and variability, but also the pandemic. The realities of COVID-19 for the sectors that CWWA represent are that as professionals, we now have an extended workday because many of us are considered essential workers in this response to the pandemic. As Caribbean professionals, we also have expanded our reach. Many of us can attest to the fact that we have formed wider connections with both regional and international counterparts. This has really limited our excuses to collaborate and establish a global understanding of how our Caribbean nations and how our colleagues are coping and how we can work together to fight this pandemic. I suspect that these partnerships will be further cemented over the next two sessions as we continue our series of virtual events with the high-level fora for water and waste. Finally, as professionals, COVID-19 has accentuated the synergies between water, sanitation, solid waste, and other sectors. And most prominent is the centrality of water to public health, which is a recurring theme in every health crisis that the world faces. This really brings us back to the core of what we do as professionals in these sectors that we represent, and that is service to the people of our respective countries and the overall development in the Caribbean. Our conference is not officially over since we will be hosting the policymakers over the next 2 weeks. We will be hosting the Caribbean Ministers of Water next week on October 27th and 28th, and then the Caribbean Ministers of Solid Waste from November 3rd to 4th. And on November 4th, we will officially close our conference events, and you are all invited back to that virtual ceremony where we will give you a synopsis of what took place during the high-level fora for water and waste. The first week of our conference would not have been possible without the solid commitment of our sponsors. NCB, Capital Markets, who continue to lead the dialogue in the commercial banking sector that financing water and waste sectors is not solely for development banks. Deal Metering and MIA, or Caribbean partners in addressing metering and the non-revenue water problem. WEPCO, Permastore, and Wu Construction, who are the sponsors behind our conference app, WOVA. And finally, Aquasmart, BW Limited, and Florida Aquasol, our bronze sponsors. I also want to thank our exhibitors who have risen to the challenge and modernized the way they showcase their products and services to the Caribbean market for this particular conference, and I applaud you for that. I want to also recognize and express the CWWA's appreciation to the speakers who harnessed this opportunity to share their work over the past year, and to the many of you who continue to return to the CWWA's conference as both speakers and participants, which is really testament to your dedication to positioning the CWWA as a regional leader and a key partner in shifting the trajectory of Caribbean economies as it continues to respond to the COVID-19 crisis. I encourage you to keep connecting with us at the CWWA and to stick around for our Friday evening social mixer. Keep well, everyone.
And welcome back. Looking forward to Cayman in 2021. And just like to invite everyone to, well, first of all, just ask you to just bear with us a little bit. What we're doing is that we are setting up some chat rooms of different sorts that you can go in and out. We had some last minute tech difficulties. Everything was set up, but we're sorting that out quickly. But we are in a room and we can chat. Let me just let you know, there will be some chat rooms, and as I say, they will pop up in a little while on your screen. So we will have the past presidents chat room. We will have a CWWA 2021 chat room. We will have water professionals, wastewater professionals, and solid waste professionals chat rooms. We will have one for young professionals, and we will have one for international attendees. Now, as I say, you can float in and out of the rooms. We wanted to put some rooms where people would discuss, people who are like-minded on certain topics can come together and discuss. And of course, as I say, you're not limited to one room. You can just come out and you can switch groups as you please. I know that the past presidents group will be vibrant. We have a WhatsApp chat that's been very busy with some preliminary discussion. Want to remind you also, just to re-announce that, of course, Sherwin-Williams won the Best Booth Award at our official closing ceremony, just as a gentle reminder, which would be Thursday, the 5th of November, after our last high-level forum, at 3 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, which is the time we have now. We will have the Best Paper Award. We will have the Gold Awardees Award. We have two wonderful Gold Awardees that have served the region for several years. We will hear from our new president again, and there will be some entertainment that I know you'll find enjoyable. We also have a competition that is coming up later today. You're going to see the announcement. It is from our conference app sponsor. It's a competition where the first prize The first prize is a 5-night stay. It's supposed to be graphic. 5-night stay at the Royalton Hotel in St. Lucia. So everybody on this team wants to win that prize, but we can't. So it is sponsored by Webco, our good Andy Phillip, who's celebrating 25 years in the business. So we want to congratulate Andy and his team. And he's putting forward a prize, and you will hear more about that a little later today. That'll come up in your Hova app, and you have to do a little bit of work, but that's okay. It's a little bit of work for 5-night stay in the Royalton Hotel. And for those of you that already knew this, the Royalton Hotel was where we were going to have our conference and exhibition this year in St. Lucia. Lovely hotel. And so that will be available later today, and it'll pop up on your app. Just putting the last little bit of polishing. We were liaising with Andy today so that he'd be pleased with what we have, and he has been. He had some good advice for us as well, give us some direction. So just to let you know quickly that the chat rooms that will be available soon would be the past presidents chat room, the CWWA 2021 chat room, water, wastewater, and solid waste, 3 different chat rooms there. Young professionals and international attendees, the chat rooms. And as I say, you can switch the chat rooms as you please. So I want to also take the opportunity now to thank our sponsors. Our NCB Capital Markets, our platinum sponsor. We want to thank you again very much for coming in and coming in at the level you did. Our conference app from Webco and Pomestor and the group of companies. We have our silver sponsors, Deal Metering and Mio Water, Florida Aqua Store, bronze, and I'm calling these names, you know that these are perennial sponsors of the CWAB, and we're very glad, and that means that they're getting their money's worth from these conferences. Florida Aqua Store came in as bronze, Bacchus Engineering out of Jamaica came in as bronze, Aqua Smart came in as bronze, and our exhibitors, Deal Metering, Florida Aqua Store, Aqua Smart, Mio Water, Bacchus Engineering, Autograph, Sherwin-Williams, Biomicrobics, and of course the group of companies that came with Webco and some of these other companies, Resin Tech, ADS Drainage, Advanced Drainage Systems, of course, ADS, Bacchus Engineering Technology, ETA, Engineering and Technology Associated, Alnur and his team. He came in very early, and you would have seen Alnur in one of our pre-conference videos. He helped inspire some folks to become exhibitors because of the wonderful message that he left. We want to thank you guys for being very proactive on our chat site. Lots of wonderful comments and conversations. We had some great ideas. Marius, I'll just shout out there. You had some great ideas this morning when you sent them, and for your kind words as well. We are taking up your suggestions seriously about continuing to do some work with our Hova app and webinars, and to do perhaps some mini conferences throughout the year. And we thought that was a great idea. I would have to package that and present it to the new Executive Council, who already today, there's an Executive Council WhatsApp chat, and all the new folks have been added. And our new president gave instruction that the previous ones are not to unchat themselves until the first Executive Council meeting, which will be coming up in 2 weeks. So Sarah is hitting the ground running with that. So I want to thank everybody. Next week, we have our high-level forum for water on the Tuesday and Wednesday. And we also have the following week, the high-level forum for waste, the following Tuesday and Wednesday, 3rd and 4th of November. So we still have work to do here in the executive, in the Secretariat and the Command Control Center. But for now, we want to thank everybody for making the technical session week as the success that it has been. I think everybody, based on the comments, and feel free, of course, to send us some advice or congratulate some wonderful words, just so that we can post them as well. We have social media that we want to encourage people and to let folks know who didn't participate at the success that it has been. And of course, we will take advice as well on how things could have been improved, always. That's what we do here. So I want to thank everybody. And I want to open up this chat room because it is a room and we can chat. So feel free to say hi to somebody. I'm going to just be bold and call out Marius. I know Marius isn't afraid to talk at all. Hey Marius, how are you doing? And did you enjoy the conference? It's one of the things when you have people up, you're not sure what's happening behind the microphone. But if anybody would like to say anything, feel free. It's an open chat room now while they're finalizing.
I enjoyed very much this week.
Marius.
I enjoyed this week so much. Yeah. It was great.
Oh, we're not hearing you.
I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, and I can see your mic moving. Yes, we can.
Yeah, so it was a great week. Now, thanks CWAA for that. It was a great platform, great interaction. It is probably the best that the virtual conferences that I attended in the last 3 months or so.
Thank you, Marius.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. I attended many of the sessions and I really enjoyed the conference. It was a pleasure, really. I really enjoyed this session on NRW. I mean, it was just a great session. I wish I could have the recording. I really would like to play this for a number of my people here at the OASCO. It was very, very interesting. But thanks for a great conference. I did enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Etinoff. Always wonderful to see you at CWA. Oh, you guys need a few drinks to warm up? Yes.
I win, but you ain't had no rum and coke there, man. I thought it was a sip and chat. Anyway, I'd just like to congratulate you on your team for executing a very good conference. And we at CAWASA always available and willing to support and look forward to supporting Water Authority of Cayman Islands next year. So,
definitely. Thank you, Ignatius. Candice? Ignatius, you're always a good partner to us.
Hi, guys. Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you, Candice. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you, Wayne, thank you, Anrada, and the team at Command Center. I'd like to say some thank yous to the presenters and moderators for really coming forward and making this week an excellent week. The last thing I want to say is, in the Caribbean here, we have a saying that the only thing that could stop cricket is rain, right? And I just want to say not even a global pandemic could stop our CWW conference. Have a great week, everyone, and please continue to support the CWWE.
Thanks, Candice. Cyprian?
Oh, just want to say great week. Sorry, can you hear me? Okay, good. Yeah, just want to say great week indeed. And it's good to see the natural evolution, as was mentioned by some of the speakers, of the CWWA. Sorry, I'm just fooling with my mic. And I too had to evolve. The Hoover was a little scary at first, and I realized even afterward it adds so much more value. And so it added a new dimension. And so only greater things can come out of it. On behalf of the Bahamas, we say thank you to all. And once again, we also share all of the offers and Cayman that we couldn't take advantage of all, but during post-Dorian, it was good to know that we had the support, so many institutions, CWA and partners, CAWASA, of course, special mention, Operators Without Borders. And thank you all. great week. Look forward to even more growth and evolution of this great entity.
Thank you, past president. Adrian, Dr. Cashman.
Thank you, Wayne. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all the presenters that have taken part this week. I think they've done a fantastic job. I really enjoyed the presentations that I've been to, and it just shows you there's a lot of talent out there, and opportunities like this allow us to showcase that regional talent. So keep up the great work, and I look forward to seeing you all in person next year. Thanks.
Thanks, Doc. Wonderful.
Hey, Wayne, it's Bob Paul here.
Hi, Bob. I thought I would hear from you. You've been very interactive in the week, and we appreciate that. And your presentation was excellent as usual.
Well, thank you. And I certainly want to share with you, looking at the global picture of the work I've been doing for so many years with the government of British Columbia, we recognize that the more policy work that other governments can adopt around the world on EPR, then we are sending a message collectively to the producer, okay? So under climate change, this is all product consumption is linked to climate change and how these products are produced. The new transition that we are all talking about has to be cleaner and greener. And the more we de-link ourselves from fossil fuels and start embracing how we can make our future products out of natural regenerative systems like materials from biomass. And I know there's a lot of biomass around. We just need to focus in on, through innovation and technology, how governments can foster that pathway to happen while we struggle with dealing with the waste that is generated from products from the fossil fuel economy. So I just want to thanks that I have a chance to talk to you guys and share my views, and I look forward to working with many of you, hopefully over into the new year, as we take on the challenges with COVID, but still remain, I guess, resilient in not giving up. There is a lot of good work to be done, and I see there's been a lot of great presentations this year, and thanks to you and the organizing team for creating that kind of environment for dialogue. I think it's been an excellent conference. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate the kind words. Valerie. Yes, there you go.
I just wanted to congratulate all of your team for not just the presentation, but for the responsiveness to questions and to guiding us all through this new platform. It has been a remarkable achievement, and I know how much work it must have been to put it all together. So I'd like to say thank you, and at Operators Without Borders, we're committed to working with CWWA and CWASA and all the utilities in any capacity building, or hopefully not any disasters this year, but we'll be there if you need us. So congratulations, and I send everybody a virtual hug, and we are really spiking in North America with COVID, so stay safe, everybody, and wear your masks and keep your social distance.
Thanks, Val. And thank you for all that you've done throughout the conference, even with the pre-conference workshop, which we got some really good feedback from. Anybody else would like to say a few words? We're still cranking out on the team is in a huddle trying to make this thing happen.
Wayne?
Yes.
Hi, it's Kevin Carter from South
Kevin
Florida.
Carter. Yes, Kevin.
I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon and echo all the compliments and the congratulations. And also, I enjoyed every presentation that I had the opportunity to listen into and participate in. I really want to appreciate the CWWA's willingness to welcome your neighbors in and join the conversation. And I look forward to building off the really good discussions we had this week. And good luck the next couple of weeks. Not that you need good luck, but we wish you much progress.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for all your interaction this week. I saw you in several rooms this week, and your presentation was great. Krista?
Hi.
Hello.
This is Cayman Islands Water Authority, Cayman.
Yes, hi, Julia.
As you can see, a lot of our staff that participated are here, and we just want
Excellent.
to show our faces and to say thank you very much for what I think was a very interesting and exciting virtual conference. Congratulations to CWWA and the whole team that put this together. I think all of you had, of my staff, you found it useful? Yeah. And we are looking forward to welcoming everybody here to the Cayman Islands. 2021, October, hopefully COVID-free everywhere. So thank you again. And, we look forward to working with you all next year.
Thank you, Doug. And we enjoyed having you. And you know something, when you sent in your sponsorship of your staff, when I saw that, I thought, that's a great idea. So we immediately did a flyer, we immediately did a blast, and several of the utilities in the region joined forces and got a lot of their staff to participate in the conference. And that was one of the advantages, of course, as you know, for the virtuality aspect of it, is that you don't have to leave home, you don't have to leave your office to be able to participate. And that is one of the reasons why this aspect, the virtual aspect, will remain part of a hybrid that we will do, because not everybody, especially next year, I mean, we're believing strongly to be in Cayman next year, but you know what? Not everybody will be able to go. Many budgets would not have bounced back quickly enough, and people's vacation pockets as well. So there will be some level of need in order to do that virtual aspect. But most of us are looking forward to landing in that plane and seeing your wonderful country.
All right. Wayne, if I may just add, I want to thank Julia. We look forward, hopefully I'll be there in Cayman next year. But if not, with that package, we took advantage of the package as well. And we had more than 10 persons. We have a lot of small islands and keys, and sometimes those persons don't get the opportunity to travel as they don't get the chance as usual. And we use this opportunity to extend the reach. So thank you so much for that added value, and shout out to the team from Water and Sewage Corporation, Bahamas. Thank you so much.
Shout out to you all from us too. Hope to see you next year.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Excellent. And we had a lot of lessons learned this year that we will pass on. We'll be upgrading our conference manual, because we do have a conference planning manual that we will send in soft copy to you. So you can start looking at all the logistics required. And Radha and I will be upgrading that manual with the virtual aspect of it, seeing that we will be doing a bit of a hybrid. So we have a lot of lessons learned this year, and in all kind of categories for doing this. So looking forward to that. Anybody else would like to speak? Please.
Wayne, it's Bob Paul again. I was wondering if you could just, in very few short sentences, just summarize kind of like going into the high-level meetings. What will you take forward, like from this virtual conference as a discussion items into that meeting, or has that already been pre-discussed? Like, just maybe a good idea for everyone to understand how things move forward.
I'm sorry, I did not unmute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So in terms of the waste, HLF, to start there first, we will be going into waste energy. We have some plastic recycling projects in the Caribbean. there is actually a regional action plan for waste, as well as there is a regional strategic action plan for water, which will be discussed in the water HLF. We're looking at disasters in the water HLF, and the insurance mutuals and the insurance company that was formed. We're going to look at the Dorian experience, lessons learned. We're going to discuss waste with respect to tourism and marine litter. We're going to discuss, calling them off from the top of my head because my screen can't do both things. We're going to look at, to mention the recycling, the plastic recycling, different projects going on, World Bank and Jeff Islands, BCRC. We're going to look at COVID, obviously, and in both HLFs, the effect COVID has had into our industry and to the sectors, with special aspect to the utilities, because not only has it affected, but we have to also chart the way forward. We have discussions on how we're going to finance, how that can be financed. IDB is going to be there, CDB, UNEP, the Dutch government, lots of our business development partners, development bank partners. So there's an international aspect, there's a financial aspect, regional aspect, and we will get into some of the presentations by some of the local folks on their situations with respect to water and waste and solid waste. So a lot of things in a short time. One of the challenges we had was that with virtuality, you can't have as long sessions as before. So we have 2 half-day sessions for each forum, and to cram everything into 6 hours for water and 6 hours for solid waste was a bit of an interesting challenge. But what we said was that, you know, we can develop, you know, the sessions that were hot, the sessions that were well participated. We will have follow-up sessions with that, because we can. Everybody's getting accustomed to virtual sessions, webinars, and all that. And as I said earlier, there was a suggestion to have some little mini conferences and symposiums, etc., on some of the topics coming out of HLF, as well as some of the topics that are hot regionally that people would be interested in. So looking forward to developing that into some webinars that will be free, and some that will have a fee associated with it. So yeah, with lots of interesting work, lots of a wide range of topics. Bob, we want to get EPR discussion going in the Caribbean. We know that it'll take a little while, but you have to start talking about it. We're talking about NRW right now. Some of the islands don't fully understand what is required and what it's all about. So that's one of the things CWW does in terms of advocacy and information and training, and just helping bring those sectors up in the Caribbean.
Thank you. I just want to add, Wayne, as it was in my presentation, and Ronald asked a question about kind of a time frame. Yeah, definitely. There's many facets to EPR, but definitely the discussion and education around what is EPR needs to continue to build knowledge capacity. And then if you are helping to move the agenda forward on EPR collectively through different agencies endorsing it, and it moves to the level of, say, CARICOM or another organization that can help organize a start of a few countries that could do that. I think that is something realistic is to put that. But I also want to say is some of the work that could be done is looking at how to attract, particularly on the ocean plastics, is the big multinational corporations to voluntarily come in and help something up and help pay for current cleanup. I think that's more of a realistic thing. And then as you have them engaged, then you would essentially can move in that direction. And I know next year I can talk about a lot of things, but maybe I will talk around how we did packaging in BC and who are some of the big players, multinationals that are involved. One of them is Unilever. They're global. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thanks, Bob. those of you all in the Hover chat, you will see a message there. In order to get into the chat rooms, we have to do it directly into Zoom. So you'd have to come out of the Hover chat and go to, and there's a link there in the chat, in this Zoom, in this chat. there's a link there that you can come back in, and when you get into Zoom, you'll be able to click on the break room option at the bottom to see the list of rooms we've made for you. So before we go there, does anybody else would like to say anything? For those of you in Hover, you'd have to come out and come back in. Yep, I'm hearing somebody.
Yeah, question, Wayne. I've got the agenda and the invite for the HLF next week, but is there going to be another link sent to that? A separate link?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. We're making sure that everybody has the link, and we didn't want to send it too early because for many people, especially ministers and assistants, it would drop too far down on their in their websites, and then as we have experienced this week, we've had to resend them several times. So you will get the link. You will get the link comfortably beforehand.
Thank you.
Probably more than once. Anybody else like to share some thoughts on anything? Okay, if not, as I said, the instruction is because it is a chat, a SIPN chat part of it. So there's a Zoom link that you can click into. Those of you who are in Hover, to get into the Zoom platform, and when you join, you'll see the breakout room options at the bottom, and you'll just be able to click into the room of your choice. So I want to thank everybody for coming today, for congratulating Sherwin-Williams for winning Best Booth Award. I would like to thank again our sponsors and the exhibitors to continue, and we will continue to work with you, as I say, to maximize your investment, your return on your investment. Okay, thank you very much. Take care.